Valmont, the home of the de Lancells for 10 generations. The birthplace of one of France's great champagnes. The shadows from the turrets had begun to fill the courtyard as Paul and I rode out that afternoon. It was the perfect moment for harvest of what promised to be a great vintage. It had rained the night before, and the vines full of grapes gleamed in the sunlight. Paul, proud as ever, looked so handsome as he took the lead. After nearly 40 years together, through 2 wars and the birth of 2 fine girls, in this magnificent moment, I couldn't help but look back to when it all started, when I was a girl in Dijon.
Along with this song, it's easy to fall in love.
Mademoiselle Eve, if you don't stand still and let me finish pinning this dress, you'll be late getting home. Your mother will be furious.
Sorry, madame.
She tells me the Grions are expected for tea.
Oh, Louisa, did you see those tango dancers from the Royale? Weren't they wonderful? I'd do anything to go to the music hall.
A single girl in a music hall? Never.
Madame is right, mademoiselle. When you're married, you'll be able to do as you please, as long as you're attended by your husband.
Husband?
There they are. Oh, Roger Grion is so handsome. You're very lucky. One day he'll be a famous doctor like your father.
Oh, Louise, I dread the thought of a life like my mother's. Nothing changing except the style of your shoes. I'm not interested in marrying Roger. I want to be a missionary, a nurse, a suffragette. Oh, I don't know.
You could do far worse than young Monsieur Grion.
You do? I can't believe you said that. What makes him right except the size of his fortune? Do you mean to tell me that any man with both arms, both legs, no warts and wealth to come is a desirable husband?
I wish I could find someone, even with warts.
Come on.
Dear Eve, Professor Dutour maintains that your remarkable voice is suitable for the opera.
Thank you, madame.
So, Eve, you must sing something for us.
Indeed. I shall accompany you.
Your La Bohème is enchanting. Something a little less somber, my treasure.
It's very easy, don't try and please me. I'll show the way how and whisper in your ear. A lazy tango, a love fandango. Your arms around me, you found me and I'm here. Just hear the sound of the music, my heart feels the rhythm. I'm driven along with this song.
Your behavior was unforgivable. It would not surprise me if the Grions forbade their son to marry you.
Good.
Eve, behave yourself. Any sensible girl would give anything for the prospects of marriage to Roger Grion.
It simply isn't bearable. A future without any hope of making my parents happy. Is that why I was born?
Go to your room. You're behaving like a child.
If time makes you happy with the things you hate, then I say it's a bad thing to grow up. If I don't want to get married, why should I?
through here, we will surely be seen.
Softly you sigh as I look in your eyes. Remember this one last kiss, goodbye. When can we meet once again this way? Dearest sweet girl in the whole wide world, I dream of you, my love rendezvous. My heart beats true, rendezvous with you.
Now there, even I admit it, that was worth it. A moment to remember, yes.
Come in. Jules, get me a decent-sized towel. Dijon in a heat wave. Ugh. Management should pay double. Sure, I don't want to work anymore.
Monsieur, you are sublime.
Sublime? As good as that. Thank you, mademoiselle.
The way you sang. I've never heard anything so splendid, so glorious.
Sit down, why don't you, while I finish dressing? And take off your hat. I can't see your face under that black forest cake. Please. Oh, my God. Now, this is better, isn't it?
Yes, monsieur. It is better.
Well, you must call me Alain.
Yes, Alain. It is better.
How can you call me Alain when I don't even know your name?
My name is Eve.
Alain? Claudette's having one of her vapors, a regular fit. She says she can't go on. I thought perhaps you could talk some sense into her. Alain, please.
You must promise to come back again. We must get to know one another. Eve.
One last kiss. Mademoiselle Eve!
My heart beats true, rendezvous with you.
She's back again. That's the third time this week.
Third time lucky.
You're playing with fire, Alain. That one's trouble, I tell you. I sense it. Remember that underage girl in Lyon? They ran you out of town. Next time it'll be worse.
Stop being such an old woman.
My, you're a mysterious girl. You come to see me night after night, and yet I know nothing of you, except that you're an orphan who works in a shoe salon. It seems very one-sided, this friendship of ours.
Is that what you call it when a girl runs across half of Dijon to hear you sing every night? French? Well, if that's what you say it is, then that's what it must be.
Please, don't do that.
What?
My God. You're the damnedest flat. Eve, feel my heart. Do you think it beats like this all the time? Do you think you can touch me without letting me kiss you?
I might let you kiss me.
But how can I kiss a girl who sits with her arms folded across her chest? And her knees pressed together so tightly a feather couldn't pass between.
I've never kissed a man before.
Come back with me to my boarding house. It's not far. And I assure you, it's perfectly respectable.
I can't. I mustn't.
I promise. You'll be safe with me.
Owen, I've deceived you.
What do you mean?
I told you I was an orphan. I'm not. My father's the most important doctor in Dijon. And my mother wants me to marry some stupid boy because his father is rich. And I don't love him. I love you. And I know my parents would understand if they could meet you. I know they'd love you too. Oh, please come home with me tonight and meet them.
Tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. The bill.
Please pay attention, Eve.
Sadness does not suit my dress.
The dress is lovely, madame.
Not without a proper smile.
Oh, yes. But then I have to be sure I'm wearing it for the right
He's gone. His mother died suddenly. A message came this afternoon. He's taking the night train to Paris for the funeral.
Where does he live? You must give me his address. How can I find him?
But I don't even know myself. He never said.
Oh, please.
I have no idea.
Totally insane. You're getting off this train at the next station.
I'm never going to leave you.
You must. Think about your family.
Oh, what have they got to do with it?
You don't understand a thing. Go back to your rich boy. I don't want to marry you.
I despise marriage. I hate everything about it. I expect nothing from you. I want to be with you, only that.
My darling, does anybody know you followed me? Did you tell your family about me?
Nobody in my world even knows you exist.
It's just you and I. Come with me. Oh, wrong carriage, excuse me. Trust me, don't you?
My errands, I can come to the theatre and we can have lunch.
No. After rehearsal, I have a card game this afternoon.
Again?
Stop nagging. We cannot spend the rest of our days making love.
You should see a doctor.
I'll see who I want. Yes. Buy some food for the poker game.
My love was born on a fine summer's morn. My love is new as a dewdrop at dawn. All the red roses that glow aren't as beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your singing so enchanted me, I forgot what I was doing.
I'm so sorry, madame, to have disturbed you. I completely forgot that you could hear me.
I've listened to you often and always with delight.
You're very kind, madame.
Come, we're neighbors, are we not? Call me Vivienne and join me for lunch. It's time we got to know each other.
Oh, I'd love to. Vivienne, I know no one in Paris.
Good. So, how do you like Paris?
Oh, I think it's the most marvelous place in the world. The people, the boulevards, the excitement in the air. I love it.
I drink to you, Eve. May you always be so happy. And I must thank you. Thank me. You have moved me to tears with songs I've heard 1,000 times. The music hall was my life as a showgirl. Now it is my hobby.
My dear Viviane, I regret to say I have not met your lovely friend.
Eve, Monsieur Felix Penrose.
Enchanted, mademoiselle. To keep such a delightful acquaintance from me is not good business, Viviane. You have distinction as well as beauty, mademoiselle. Until another time. I look to you, my dear, to arrange it.
What does he mean by business? Important gentlemen are often in need of a presentable companion for the evening. They love to show off a pretty woman, as we all know. I simply suggest appropriate companions.
It doesn't seem very romantic.
No, but it has its compensations. So, will you go on tour with Alain this spring?
Of course. But I'm worried about him. He works so hard and he can't shake that cough.
It's been a terrible winter. I have a good doctor. I will arrange for him to see your man.
Oh, thank you.
Be careful with him, please. Step back. Please, step back, mademoiselle. Please.
Oh, God.
I'm afraid, mademoiselle, there's nothing more that you can do here. We'll send word. Rights to season the kidneys. Monsieur, the sisters will be taking care of her now.
Okay, doctor.
Alain has pneumonia. He will need to stay in the hospital for some time.
Why don't you go home to Dijon? Paris is no place for a girl without a solid situation.
But I love him, Vivienne. I won't leave him. I need some money for his stay, or they'll put him in a public facility.
But I will make you a loan.
Oh, no. I can work as a sales girl or in the telephone company.
Oh, a million girls are just as suited as you to do that kind of work. Would you like to... No. I have another solution. With your voice, I might be able to get you into the chorus at the Barbizon. Music hall.
Vivienne!
Jackson.
Well, now, let's see this discovery of yours.
Eve?
That dress, you can at least see her. Mademoiselle, if you please, you may start.
Some people search all their lives. I feel that my turn has come to reach high into the sky. And finally, a star shines on me. Finally, I can touch eternity. My life will never be the same. My heart is burning without shame. I feel
This is no chorus girl. How could you keep the secret?
you'll see a change. My heart is whispering your name. My love is calling once again, and I shall always be
You've never before appeared in public, mademoiselle.
No, never, monsieur.
I think Monsieur Charles is impressed.
I must admit that I'm rather more than just impressed. In fact, mademoiselle, in time, you could become a star.
A star? But...
Is that not your dream? Is that not why you came here today?
I need a job, monsieur. Not the answer to a dream.
But Eve is not a performer's name. We must think of a stage name.
Do you have a middle name?
Madeleine?
Madeleine. Maddie.
Maddie.
The Barbizon? Vivian is as mad as you are to think you stand a chance as a professional singer.
Well, I've got to do something to pay for the bills. Monsieur Charles liked my audition. He thinks I've got a chance.
Monsieur Charles liked your audition? You bitch!
Ella, please. You're not strong enough to be out of bed.
Do you think I don't know what Vivian's business is? She's found herself another tart, not a singer. Well, I know why you passed your audition with flying colours. Because your best work, my pretty, is in the bedroom. Well, I'll have you one more time. If all the rest, have you. You got back to this on, you whore!
Faces, please.
Let's get ready. Oh, you look beautiful. Tonight you will conquer the audience of the Barbizon, Maddie. Soon you will conquer Paris.
Oh, why so glum?
You know why. Alain is home now and he still shuts me out. Oh, I know you think I'm a fool, but I'm still in love with him. He didn't mean those terrible things he said. It was the sickness. I know he loves me too. Come in.
Are you ready, Maddie?
No, monsieur. I'm terrified. But I'll sing anyway.
People search all their lives. I feel that my turn has come to reach high into the sky. And finally, a star shines on me. Finally, I can touch eternity. My life will never be the same. My heart is burning without shame. I feel the sun in me. When you return, you'll see a change. Some people search all the time. They're looking close to the ground. I find I'm gazing on high. And finally, a star shines on me. Finally, I can touch eternity. My life will never be the same. And love has come to me again. Endless horizons glow and show me all I need to know.
Get dressed immediately.
How did you find me?
A private detective found Marais. Your fine seducer was paid 5,000 francs to stop seeing you and to send you back to us. What a disgusting creature you found for yourself. Get your things.
No! I'm not that little girl you ordered around anymore. I'm never going back to Dijon.
Or worse than the cheap, easy fool that man took you for. You are no longer my daughter.
And what are you doing here? I thought I told you to get out. Oh. Seeing as how you're here, why don't you go and get us some food? My friends need some good French food in their bellies before they fight the Germans. And what do you think you are doing?
I paid for these.
Not so fast.
You sold me too cheap.
Save you? Who the hell are you two? What the devil's a woman doing here?
She's a performer with the Army Theatre, sir.
I was going to Festubert to perform.
Perform?
Sing to the soldiers.
Then you're a damn fool, mademoiselle. It's in the opposite direction. The German side of the lines. What's more, our troops are moving out. You'll have to spend the night here.
Yes.
Let headquarters know that there's another German unit here.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Come on.
Soldier returning from the war, try to remember who you are. While you were gone, you felt alone. Soon you'll be going home. Soon you'll be home and safe again. Soon you'll return and smile again. Everything passes, life goes on. Soldier returning to your home. Soon you'll be with your family, but times will be your memory. Everything passes, life goes on. Soon you'll be going home.
Bravo. Mademoiselle, do you know any English soldiers' songs?
The Roses of Picardy. of course. And Tipperary? Everyone knows them.
Till we meet again. Do you know that?
Smile the while you kiss me sad. That one.
Please.
Smile the while you kiss me sad adieu. When the clouds roll by, I'll come to you. Then the sky will seem more blue. Down in Lover's Lane, my dearie, wedding bells will ring so merrily. Every tear will be a memory. So wait and pray each night for me.
There.
You rang, madame.
Marie, take the baby back to the nursery.
Bruno has your eyes, Laura.
So my mother says.
The child is superb. The San Francisco women have always produced beautiful children.
I've been sick with worry, wondering whether you'd ever know your child. What if you died and I were left alone?
Our country's at war. I have my duty.
I need you, Paul.
Paul, you are a diplomat with a diplomat's rights. You really have no need to be in the army.
I'm afraid I do not see it that way, madame. In fact, I must rejoin my unit tonight.
It is a stupid war. Let the others die.
I've asked Monsieur Penrue to come here to try and convince you. He has great influence with the minister.
Captain, the future of France lies with its diplomats. As Madame la Marquise has said, you don't belong in the front lines risking your life.
Where do I belong?
You belong with your wife and child. It could be arranged easily. You have a brilliant career ahead of you with the foreign ministry. One day you'll be an ambassador. Why risk all that for a patriotic whim?
Felix is right. Be sensible.
No.
I would rather be dead than have you leave me again. I beg you, stay with me. I need you. I need you here.
Law! I can't.
Law! Is this what you want?
She's been sick with worry ever since the baby was born. Aren't you concerned about your wife and child?
There are other wives who miss their men.
Oh, look at me. If you leave me, I will kill myself.
Law, put that gun down. It's loaded.
I pray that he dies in battle.
My life will never be the same, and love has come to me again. Endless horizons glow
an officer outside who says that he knows you.
What's his name?
He didn't say.
French or English?
French, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered you.
Send him in.
I hope I'm not disturbing you, mademoiselle.
Not at all, Colonel.
I had no idea who you were. And then tonight, when I heard you sing, at the very first note, I knew.
That night. 2 years ago. Yes. Oh, yes. The night in the farmhouse. How could I forget that night? You fell asleep while I sang.
But your voice stayed with me.
What is your name, Colonel?
Paul de Lancel. Maddie. Will you dine with me tonight, mademoiselle?
Why not? Who can refuse a brave man?
I'll wait for you outside.
But, Colonel, you must promise me one thing.
Anything you ask.
You must not tell me I'm a damn fool again.
I'd hoped you'd forgotten how unforgivably rude I was.
On the contrary, it was far too memorable ever to forget.
I left home for Paris when I was 17 with a man I scarcely knew. I was ridiculously in love. Soon the man broke my heart. However, I disgraced my family, and they refused to ever see me again.
And your heart? Has it mended?
Yes. And I've been very careful not to give it away again.
Good. Because, Maddie, you're going to have to forget all about that now.
Am I?
To Eve. Eve Couder.
You're very good at giving orders.
Oh, you'll have plenty of time to get used to my ways.
Yes? And who are you, Colonel de Lancel?
This is the mark of the Lancel vineyard. This champagne was made by my family in honor of this very special night. Dance with me.
I like being in your arms.
When you were singing to the men in the farmhouse, I imagined that every word was for me alone. Eve, will you marry me?
It's been more than 3 hours since you came to my dressing room. Officers are brave and impetuous. Why has it taken you so long to ask me?
It took me 2 years to find you again.
No? In that case.
In that case?
Yes, my Colonel. Yes.
He has thrown filth on our daughter's grave.
He will send for Bruno now that he has a wife.
Paris is still under threat of attack. There can be no question of such a move.
One day the war will be over. He will want his son.
We will deal with that when the time comes.
Yes, sir. He'll be just
Monsieur, look! Monsieur, it's your son!
My dear, what is all the noise? I tell you, the French lost their manners in the war.
My dear, the undisciplined driver who's making so much noise is your son, Paul.
Thank God.
Mother.
Oh.
Father, I'd like you to meet... my wife, Eve.
Married? You never mentioned any such plans in your letters. When did you get married?
2 days ago.
We met briefly at the end of the first year of the war, and then again only last week. Eve's from Dijon, practically a neighbor. Her maiden name is Couder.
Dr. Didier Couder's daughter.
Do you know my father?
Only by reputation.
We have much to learn about each other. But by the end of dinner, we shall have known you about as long as Paul. Now, we must have a bottle of champagne. Why do you look so angry?
Everyone knows of this girl. It seems she ran away with some dreadful man, dishonoring the family. Oh. My poor Paul.
Did she have a child?
Not so far as I know. What is more, she sings in a music hall in Paris.
A musical? Are you sure?
Absolutely. She's become a great success. Famous, they say. Infamous, they mean. His career will be ruined.
Kings have been known to marry women who sang in music halls.
And lost their thrones. As a diplomat, he will never be forgiven.
It makes sense for you, a star, to quit. Never. Now that the war is ending, everyone in France will be at your feet.
I must be with my husband,
Do you
Jacques.
think you can throw stardom away this year and expect to find it again?
Does your wife sing at the Barbizon, Jacques?
Wife? What wife?
If you had a wife and came home to dinner, would you be overjoyed to learn that she had just left for the theatre, or was trying on a new costume, or had a rehearsal? Would you enjoy waiting for her till after midnight every night but one, when the Barbizon is dark?
No. I would not. Damn you, Mattie.
You understand, don't you? Oh, do I understand love?
Where's Bruno?
Unfortunately, he's in Avignon. With his aunts and cousins. He enjoys the country very much. I thought you knew.
But I wrote to you weeks ago that I'd be coming here to say goodbye before we left for Australia. I can't get to Avignon and back, but I must explain to Bruno that once we get settled, I'll send for him.
I'm so sorry, Paul. Count on me to explain everything to him. I'm sorry my wife is unable to receive you. Slight indisposition.
Please give her my sympathy.
You've been a very brave boy, Bruno. Now you can go to your room and play. Well, he will be back. We must expect it.
By then, our influence will be total. Bruno will no longer be his child, my dear. Penrue has obliged me with securing very distant assignments for Lancel. In time, Bruno will learn to hate him. I shall see to that.
After postings to Australia, Africa, and China, I would have preferred Fiji over this.
Suva has a nice climate, I'm told, but it's a bit limited from the cultural point of view.
Still, it is the capital, and I would have been the ambassador instead of remaining constant.
You're just 44. Still too young. And much too good-looking. It would have been unfair on the ladies of Fiji. I'm told they can't resist Frenchmen.
What will the children think?
Oh, Father, I'm much too busy looking at the sights to pay any attention to you two. Anyway, isn't it a great honor being Consul General of Los Angeles?
Of course it is, Delphine.
It took us days to cross the country. Soon I'll be able to fly and save all that boring time we spent on the train. At least I hope they have horses here.
I'm sure they do, Freddie. They have everything in America, or so they say.
Oh, good.
This locket has always been in our family. Your mother wore it till the day she died. And your grandmother cherished it during her lifetime. Take it, Bruno. And keep it close to you. As a reminder of our family, Saint-Frécourt. And of your mother, would die too soon for you to know her. You would have adored her, Bruno. As we did.
What do you think?
Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, why the frown?
Freddie insists that from the time she was 5, we promised her a plane ride.
I refuse to be confirmed unless I get a plane ride.
Now that's the limit. Religious blackmail?
No, Daddy. I shouldn't have to keep my word with God if you don't.
I didn't promise God anything.
God is always our witness. That's what I learned in confirmation class.
Oh, Daddy, really?
Very well, I'll make inquiries where they have planes that do such things. We'll take the ride together.
Oh, no, Daddy. I want to go up alone.
You can't fly a plane by yourself.
Just me and the pilot. Please, Daddy, so I can imagine it's just me by myself.
Well, possibly.
Oh, Daddy.
Like the view, huh, kid?
It's great, Mr. McGuire. It's better than great. So when's the lesson start?
Lesson? What lesson?
This lesson. My lesson.
Hold on, Freddie. Your father didn't say anything about a lesson.
He was nervous about finding out if you were okay. He didn't get a chance. Why do you think we came to a flying school?
If I'd known this was going to be a lesson, you'd still be on the ground learning how to check out this plane.
I'll do it next time.
Darn right you will. Not just next time. Every time. Back a little bit. Oh, not so fast. Easy. Nice and easy. Level it off. Great. It's great.
How old do I have to be before I can take her up alone?
Well, first of all, you have to know how. But you can't solo till your 16th birthday.
Who says so?
The government.
That means I have to wait for years.
I think you better turn around and head back. What do you say? I got it. Now tell me what you feel when we land her.
She wants to land, Mr. McGuire. She wants to land all by herself.
That's right. How'd you know that?
I felt it. I really felt it in my seat, Mr. McGuire.
That's right. That's where you gotta feel it. Next time you go flying, wear pants. And the name's Mac.
Do you realize you've been gone for almost an hour? Been worried out of my mind.
Well, a lesson lasts an hour. In fact, we're a couple of minutes early.
I said nothing about a lesson.
Well, Mrs. Lancel, you're, My mistake. I'm sorry to have worried you.
Freddie, get in the car.
Watch your head.
So how much is that?
Couple of bucks. Thanks.
I'll be back, Mac. I don't know when, but soon.
I never doubted that kid. Not for a moment.
See you, Mac.
See you, Freddie.
Delphine, this man's going to take me to Mac. All right. Thank you, Steve.
You turn it around until you get a compression point. Push! Back off. See? See this thing right here? Just take it back. Pull it back towards you. Good. And as this goes, this goes up and back. Now, down the other way. Like that. Right.
Thank you. Delphine,
Girls must have some champagne.
Freddie is too young to drink.
I am not.
Not for champagne, my dear. The true native tastes champagne just after he's born. A drop on the tongue. Besides, this is a great and happy occasion. My son returns, and not alone this time, with his whole family.
And at last I meet my dear grandchildren, Delphine and Marie-Frédéric.
Freddie, grandmother.
Yeah, I see. Well, Freddie it is.
Here's to the happiest of occasions.
To the happiest of occasions.
The happiest of occasions. When I promised you a surprise for lunch today, I wasn't exaggerating.
Bruno.
Get down and greet the new arrivals, darling.
I think, Bruno, a hug might have been more appropriate.
Well, I hardly know you.
And whose fault is that? Every year I begged you to visit us in the summer, but you never came. Foreign service has taken me all over the world, but you could have traveled to us.
Well, you know very well that I could not leave my Saint-Fric or grandparents. Their health was always precarious. After all, they were my real parents. I had to think of them.
Well, I'd like you to meet your stepmother. Eve, my dear, this is my son, Bruno.
Bruno.
Madame. You might have warned me.
Bruno, darling, I love surprises.
Hi. I'm Freddie, your half-sister.
Ah, yes.
You don't look anything like your pictures. You couldn't have been more than 10 in those pictures.
And you're Delphine.
Will you be here this week?
I'm afraid not. No, I have to go into the cavalry to do my military service in 2 days.
Have you made up your mind about your plans after the military?
I shall read political science at university. It is my ambition to become Prime Minister and rid the government of lamentable fools.
What do you propose in their place?
A strong man. One strong man instead of a bunch of cretins. Look what Hitler has done in Germany.
Hitler? You approve of that unspeakable criminal?
He is a political genius. He has outlawed the communists and put the Jews in their place.
That's enough. That's enough of politics.
Especially not today. This is a great reunion, and you simply cannot spoil it.
Well, you ride very well.
We're not uncivilized in California.
How old are you now?
Almost 19.
Mm-hmm. Sort of approaching the dangerous age, then.
The dangerous age. My mother won't let me out of the house past 10 o'clock until my next birthday.
Well, your mother has reason to keep you locked up. I expect she's afraid you've inherited her tendencies.
What? Tendencies? Bruno, I insist you tell me what you were talking about.
Well, did your mother ever tell you about running away from Dijon to Paris?
No, she didn't. How exciting.
No, it wasn't really exciting at the time. When she was about your age, she ran away with a third-rate music hall singer. They lived together in Paris as lovers till she met our father and forced him to marry her. In fact, everybody says that she had a great many other lovers as well.
Told you that's terrible lies.
You see, Delphine, that's the reason our father's been ignored in his career. With his war record and his name, he should have been an ambassador by now instead of being exiled as far from France as possible.
You're lying.
No, Delphine. I really wish that I were, but it's true. In fact, she performed with naked showgirls. It's really remarkable how that woman has managed to turn herself into a lady since she married father. You have to admire her for that.
I don't believe a single word you're saying.
But if you think I'm lying, all you have to do is ask her.
Ever since your ride with Bruno, you looked as if someone's knocked the wind out of you.
I'm just tired.
Or maybe he wasn't so special after all. Hey, aren't you going to tell me?
There's nothing to tell.
You frightened me. I hope they're not bruised.
Eve, is anything wrong?
It's all right, Paul. I'm sure your grandparents taught you some manners.
Manners are a sign of respect. I have no respect for tramps.
You could have killed yourself!
I've read this book 100 times! I could do them in my sleep!
Damn it, Freddie! Nobody is ever allowed to start doing aerobatics without an instructor and a parachute, you dumb arrogant kid! No, you're not going anywhere, so you promise me you're never going to try this again. Huh?
Mac's right, young lady. I'm Sweet Costelli.
Hi, I'm Freddie DeLancelle.
Oh, you're the one who wants to be Amelia Earhart. Mac's been talking about you. Those were damn fine loops up there.
Purely decorative, Mr. Costelli.
Yeah, Mac and I used to decorate up there once upon a time. Now he's given up on me. I'm a stunt coordinator for the movies.
Mac used to do stunt flying?
Oh, yeah, he was the best. I'll never forget you, McGuire. Doing Jean Harlow in Hell's Angels.
Shut up, Sweet.
You used to do women's stunts?
Yeah, we all did. In wigs and makeup. Too bad we didn't have any women stunt pilots. We could use some.
Will you just get out of here, Sweet?
What's biting you, Mac? The money's good. A couple more hours, kid will be able to handle the basic bumps. What do you say, Freddie?
I don't think so, Mr. Costelli. For one thing, I've got to start college in 2 weeks. In addition, my father would kill me. And if there was anything left over, Mac would finish the job.
Well, maybe next year, huh? Or maybe the year after that now.
No, nice to
come
meet
on
you,
now.
Mr. Costelli.
You never know.
Mac! Mac! Hey. Does this mean I can't use the cub again? I'm really sorry, Mac. I promise I'll never do loops again. I'm sorry, it was my fault. Okay?
Just get out of here, Kiko.
Thanks. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Shut up.
Lieutenant Gary, we raided one of the gambling ships that was working in the bay. Your daughter was picked up with the rest of the customers. When she sobered up, she claimed diplomatic immunity. My captain had to call you.
Thank you. Can I see her?
Sure. Everything's been fixed. Okay?
Wait here.
Bill?
Oh. Go ahead, let her out. Come on.
Mr. de Lancel?
I'm sorry, Father.
Lieutenant, I'd like to avoid going back out there. There are reporters.
Sure. She signed out. We can use the side entrance.
What were you doing in a place like that?
If I'd had another way to get out of jail other than to call you, I would have done it. Everybody gambles. I've even made enough to supplement my clothing allowance.
The police said you were drunk.
They say anything.
If I hadn't been a diplomat, the charges against you wouldn't have been dropped and there would have been a hearing. I will not tolerate the kind of life you've been living. Boys, parties, drink. Your so-called new friends have been a bad influence on you, and I forbid you to see them anymore.
You ruined my life.
You're ruining your own life by yourself as far as I can see.
Who are you to talk? What? Just how old were you when you were living with a lover in Paris? You were younger than I am now. And how many years before that was it you married Father? How many lovers did you have?
Who told you these things?
Bruno. You told me everything. The holiday we spent in France. Is that true?
Yes. It's true. About Paris and a lover. But only one. And not another until I met your father.
You are such a hypocrite, Mother. Your parents couldn't stop you from doing what you wanted to do, could they?
You paid the price for including me in your world. And now Delphine will too.
Don't be sad, okay? It's only for the summer. And you know Grandma will treat you like a princess.
I'm not sad. I'm gonna be free. And I'm gonna have a wonderful time in France, even though I'm being sent there to behave like a lady. You behave like a lady. You never let me down, Freddie. Never. Thank you.
Why are you saying this now?
I should have said it before. I think my whole life, all I've ever wanted was to be friends with you.
We are. I love you, you idiot. Come here.
Me too. You take good care of Mom and Dad. She's full of hurt right now because of what I said. I don't think she's ever going to forgive me.
I think she already has.
I know you think I'm a hypocrite, but
Why didn't you tell us?
Your father knew everything, and he understood. I wasn't sure you would.
I'm sure. I want the job. Is it a deal? Really? You mean really? Oh, wow. Thanks, sweet. Okay, I'll see you on Monday. Okay, thanks. Bye. This may be the worst time in the world to be saying this, with Delphine just having left, but I'm not going to go to college. I'd make a rotten college girl.
Eve, our daughters have taken leave of their senses. Freddie, you'll do as I say.
I have a job.
What sort of job?
Exhibition flying for the movies. Oh, it's easy for me.
I knew we were wrong when we agreed to your flying lessons, but this is out of the question. You're not allowed. You hear me? Not allowed.
There's no way you can stop me.
Of course there is. You will do as I say, or you will leave this house at once until you come to your senses. Do you understand?
Yes, Father.
Darling, Freddie will be all right.
You've gone along with every insane idea they've ever come up with. It's your fault.
Freddie and Delphine are like me in one way, Paul. They want more out of life than the average well-brought-up girl.
Yes, but damn it, you changed.
They will too. And if you love me, you'll try to understand them and help them to live their own lives.
Hi. You need some help?
What the hell are you doing here?
The alternative was to check into a hotel by myself.
You ran away from home, huh?
I was asked to leave. It was a never darken my door again departure. Told him I wasn't going to college. Could be buried alive in library dust.
What do you plan on doing?
Get a job. I've got a lead or two. You wouldn't happen to have a sandwich in this place, would you?
You ran away before dinner. Bad timing.
Thank you.
So do they know where you are?
Mm-mm. Can I have some of that, please?
What, are you out of your mind, kid? This is whiskey. You want some soda pop? It's in the fridge. Wonder your father kicked you out.
I've never been saner in my life. And I'd like some whiskey, Professor.
I'm getting really sick of you calling me Professor.
I've never called you that before.
Oh, yeah? Well, once is enough. Cut it out. Look, Swede told me that he gave you a job.
I thought he would. And what did you say to Swede?
I read that script. There's no way that you're going to be doing a blow up in the air with a bailout, Freddie.
Yes, I am.
Well, you are.
The hell I will.
Not while I'm alive.
Let go of me.
No. Do this.
Please make love to me.
I can't, Freddie. No, I can't.
I've always loved you. It's too late to say no.
I must be crazy.
You know you love me.
You're the love of my life. I'd die for you.
But how can it not be right?